Morning all. So before I start, can anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear, whether the screen is visible or not, right?
Yes, it is visible and your voice is clear.
Fine, thank you. So today just I'm entering into the fundamentals of Python. So before I go right, so I need to discuss something about PSF, Python Software Foundation. Today my discussion will be on Python Software Foundation, Python versions, Python installation, Python execution modes. Python Software Foundation, right? So
Hi Vijay, sorry to interrupt. Yesterday I didn't join the call due to some meeting
yes,
conflict. So is this the first class?
PSF. So technical aspect. So this is the first class. Yesterday I was just demonstrating, right, how the Python statements look, right? Just a comparison of Python code with other programmings, right? The other things fundamental. So if anyone of you have missed the session of yesterday's, can just go through the video of it, right?
Okay, I did not get the video. I will follow up on that. I sent an email, but I did not get the recording yet.
1 second. So that demo links they will be pasted, right? Whatever the demo video links they'll be pasting now in the chat panel, right? If anyone have missed, you can just go to the link. Means they will be pasting, they will be keeping in the YouTube, right? YouTube links will be given to you. Yesterday's video, right?
Looks like they did not send the correct one.
Yeah. So after some 10 minutes, they'll keep in the chat panel. You can just go through that if anyone missed yesterday's session, right? Okay. Python Software Foundation, PSF. It is a non-profit organization, right? It is a non-profit organization devoted towards Python community. It was launched in the year 2001, right? Almost like 20 years ago, it was launched. PSF, Python Software Foundation. The main objective of this Python Software Foundation to version to foster the development of Python. In the year 2005, PSF, Python Software Foundation received, right, Computer World Horizon Award. The president for this Python Software Foundation is nothing but the founder of Python, the same personality who introduced Python, Guido van Rossum, the same personality, right? He is the president for this, right? And headquarters, where it is located? Headquarters, Delaware, US, right? US. Official website, python.org, right? Official website for Python, right? So you can see that videos, right? You can the short panel pasted now. Okay, the official website is python.org. www.python.org is the official website from where we can download and you can install Python for each and every Python release. Okay. Python versions. The first version, right? Python 1.x version. It was released in the year 1990, right? Yes. Python 2 version, Python 2.x version, right? Second, 2.x means 2.1, 2.2, 2.3. The first two version released in the year 2000, right? The version that what we are using currently, Python 3 version, right? 3 version released in the year 2008, right? Almost like 14 years ago it was released, 2008. So latest version of Python that what we are using, latest version Python 3.11, 3.11, right? Yes. Stable version of Python, right? Some 3.7, Python 3.7, right? Stable version, nothing but mostly used version. Previous stable version, right? Yes. Python 2.7, right? Python 2.7 is mostly used, right? Yes.
Does this means like using the latest 3.11 will have any unstable issues with the code or bugs, or it's like
So
on an average people are using 3.7 and they have not upgraded to 3.11 yet, something like that.
no. 3. So very latest version also is not recommended. 3.10 can go with the 3.10. See, if we go to this Anaconda distribution, still we see 3.9 within it, right? Anaconda, like for using, we'll go with the 3.9. But very latest version also is not recommended. So either you can go with 3.9 or 3.10. 3.11 also working fine, right? We are not seeing any kind of issues as of now. Okay. Python installation, right? Python installation, right? Okay. One second. Python 3.11. Am I installing this? Right? Yes. So, okay, Python providing multiple softwares for multiple environments for Windows, Mac, and Linux. For Linux, no need of any special installation, right? Python comes as an inbuilt along with Linux OS, no need of any separate installation. If you want the latest version of Python to be installed, then you can go with a command, right? aptf and get install Python 3.11, right? And for Windows, for 64-bit, for provides two softwares, right? For Windows environment, Python is providing two softwares for Windows 32-bit, for Windows 64-bit. If your Windows is a 32-bit, you are supposed to download 32-bit. If your Windows is 64-bit, you are supposed to download 64-bit Python software. How will you check whether your Windows is a 32-bit or 64-bit? Right? Just to minimize this, let the installation go. So just go to your desktop, right? So within this desktop, right, this PCR computer, right click your PCR computer, save properties. Right click your PCR computer, right? Yes, and say what is the system type. It is saying 64-bit, right? 64-bit operating system. 64-bit. If it is 32-bit operating system, you are supposed to download 32-bit Python software. Okay. So meanwhile, we'll say just download Python, right? Yes, downloading Python, right? What is the official website for Python? Python dot, just now I was talking, python.org, right? www.python.org. This is the official website for Python from where we can download Python. Also just see the documentation for each and every Python release. So here you can see documentation available for every Python release, downloads available for every Python release. And just now I was talking about PSF, Python Software Foundation, right? Python Software Foundation, right? It's a sponsorship, memberships, donations, volunteers, grants, all this, right? Python community, right? It's grants, infrastructure. For downloading Python, go to the downloads folders, all releases, right? Yes, click this all releases. Okay, just scroll down, you will see active Python releases. Active Python releases, don't go for it. Looking for a specific release, right? Yes, you can see all the versions of Python from the last 20 years, right? What all the versions released, you can see everything within this, right? Yes, all the Python versions from the last 20 years. See that 2.0 version, June 22, 2001, right? Yes. Yes. So here 3.11 version, right? October 24, 2022. Almost just like 20 days ago it was released. October 24th, right? Yes. 3.11 version, right? Just I'm will be installing 3.11 version. So just click this 3.11, just click this 3.11. 3.11 is going to be open, right? Yes, 3.11 is opened. Now scroll down, you will see the files, right? Here you will see the files. So Windows install, see here, Windows installer, right? Windows installer 64-bit, Windows installer 32-bit. Yes, if it is 32-bit, you select it. If it is 64-bit, click this Windows installer 64-bit. Your download is going to start, right? The software size is 24 MB of size, 24 MB, right? So I said Python has got 89,300 inbuilt modules for various domains, right? But all those modules are not included in this Python software. Only commonly used models only are included. If all the models included, the software size won't be 24 MB, right? It will be in GBs of size. So here later I'll discuss, right, how to download and how to install any external module which is not part of Python software. External modules means like modules, some data science related modules, or database related modules, big data related modules, all the different domain related modules, right? How we can download and how we can install it, right? It just hardly takes 2 minutes to install those things. Any module of Python just hardly takes just a 1 minute time to install it, right? So download is finished. This exe file, either you can go to the downloads folder or click this exe file, right? You will get this, right? Yes. So my uninstallation is almost done, right? I'm closing it now. But so immediately don't go for the installation. At the bottom you can see add Python to path, variable of OS, right? Select it, select that option, right? And go for customize installation. go for customize installation, right? Yes. So nothing to select here, everything are selected in this documentation. You are going to get pip. Pip means for installing any new modules, right? New packages. Ideally integrated development environment, right? Where we can write the Python code. It's nothing to select in this. Say next. You will get this. Here also nothing to select. So it is asking installation location. It is asking installation location. See, by default, it is taking that location. C, users, Dell, app data, local, programs, Python, Python. So the Python 311, right? Yes. So tomorrow, if you want to locate Python, you need to enter into all these subdirectories, right? Tomorrow, if you want to install any module, any external module, that you need to enter this entire path of Python, right? So every time it's a big task, right? Entering this very big path, and that to locate Python, you need to enter into multiple subdirectories, right? So instead of that, keep your cursor before this Python 311, right? 311 is nothing but 3.11. Just remove all this, right? And just install Python in your C drive. C/Python 311 means directly I'm installing Python within the C drive. Means 311 Python 311, a directory is going to get created, a folder gets created automatically, and it's within that 311 folder, Python 311 folder, you can see Python getting installed. Say install, just say install, your installation starts. Just hardly it takes 1 minute to install Python, right? Yeah. Yes, one. Yeah, setup was successful, right? And closing this. Now let us check whether it is successfully installed or not. Successfully installed or not, right? Okay. Okay. At the bottom search panel, right? At the bottom search panel, C, type CMD, right? Yes, type CMD to enter into the command prompt. Yes. Here you can type Python, right? Yes. If you type Python and if you say enter, the Python version to be displayed and Python interpreter should be open, right? Yes. Okay. Say enter Python 3.11, right? Python 3.11, the Python version, and this 3 arrow symbol Python interpreter gets open, right? Yes. Python version is 3.11, and can you see this 3 arrow symbol where you can type any valid Python statement and you can interact with it, right? Just I'm asking what is 4 plus 5 value, right? Yes, 34 into 96. Yes, it gives the value, right? If x is 10 in Python, no need to define the data types. Y equal to 2. x plus y, x into 2, x to the power of 2, right? So in this way, any valid Python statements you can type and you can interact with it statement by statement. So yes, once again, right, some of you asking, yeah. Mm, you can see in the chart panel, right? If anyone have missed yesterday's session, right, you can just go through that. In the chart panel, the link is provided. Okay. Meanwhile, later once you get enrolled, right, later you will be getting in Google Drive, right? A folder will be created in the Google Drive that will be shared to you. Daily one video will be added to that, right? Yes. Once you get enrolled, you'll be getting the soft copy of the notes and videos daily manner, right? Okay, so this is what interactive mode, and see quit quit, right? Okay, for example, x equal to Ajay, y equal to Kumar, two names. So just x plus y, just use Ajay Kumar, right? If you want space, right, x plus one string plus y, right? If you want space between them, Ajay Kumar, right? Yes. So in this way, you can interact with Python statement by statement. It provides results, right? Quit to come out of this, right? Yes. Yes, Python is working. Python is installed successfully, right? Yes. So if anyone from the Linux, if you want a Python to be used within the Linux environment, right? If you have got older version of Linux installed in your system, then you will see the older version of Python, right? But if you want the latest version of Python to be installed, right? So you will be installing from the root user. So you need to say like sudo apt-get install Python 3.10. You can go. Don't think like 3.11. If 3.11, okay, if you're supported, right? Okay. Python execution modes, right? Python execution modes. So you can also install Python in your smartphones, right? In your mobile phones. You can type your code and execute the code within your smartphones also. And go to this Python, that is Play Store, and Python IDE. You need to say like Python IDE. Many IDEs you'll be getting, right? You can download any one, you can install it, right? Many IDEs you'll be seeing. Okay. Python execution modes, two modes of execution. Two modes of execution, right? Yes. Interactive mode and batch mode. Second is like batch mode. Interactive mode means here, just I was saying, we will interact statement by statement. It will get response for each and every Python statement, right? Here we directly type Python statements. On the interpreter. And the user can easily interact. Here we directly type Python statements on the interpreter and the user can easily interact with Python statement by statement. User can easily interact with Python statement by statement. Okay. what is the advantage of this interactive mode? Advantage, right? So if you doesn't know about any particular functionality, you will type within this interactive mode and check what response it gives, right? To test the functionalities of Python, to test the functionalities of Python, to test the functionalities of Python and to learn Python. And to learn Python as a beginner, as a learner, as a beginner, right? This interactive mode works better. You can type and check what output it provides, right? To test the functionalities of Python and to learn Python, this interactive mode. But this interactive mode is not used for developing applications in Python. We go for batch mode, right? Here we write set of statements. Here we write set of statements or batch of statements. We write set of statements within editors or IDEs, within the editors or IDEs, within the editors or IDEs, and save it by using .py extension. Save it by using .py extension. And later submit it to Python. Later submit it to Python, right? Yes. We write within the editors or IDs and save it by using .py and later submit it to Python.
So is this like a Python notepad? How these colors are popping up? I see the icons is different.
This one. So it's a Python editor, right? That's why it's a, whatever I'm typing is a Python editor, ideally, right?
Okay.
Yes. So what are the various editors? Where are the various editors, right? Where we can type the Python code and execute, right? It's creating Python file. Within the notepad, you can do edit plus. What are the various editors where we can write the Python code, right? And create a .py file. Within this notepad, edit plus in Windows environment. In Linux, right, we can go for vi editor, nano editor, right? Vi and nano. Okay. Okay. What are the various IDs? In real time, we use IDs, right? IDE, integrated development environment, right? Various IDs in, right? Supported by Python, PyCharm, PyDev, Komodo, Spider, Eclipse, NetBeans, Jupyter Notebook, right? Atom, VS Code. You may ask why these many IDs for Python. So among all these, right, PyCharm is mostly used, right? So you may ask why these many IDs for Python? Why not one or two IDs? So I said Python used for different environments, right? Python for different environments. Python used for networking, for testing, for data science, for big data, for animations, for gaming, for embedded applications, for desktop applications. Right? Different environments uses different IDs. For example, for data science, Anaconda distributions, right? Anaconda prompt navigator. So here Jupyter Notebook is mostly preferred. Yes, for data science, and for Spider also preferred. For big data environment also, right? Spider is preferred, Jupyter Notebook is preferred. For typical web applications creations, PyCharm is mostly preferred. VS Code, Atom, these are preferred. So environment to environment, different IDs are used, right? So I'll be giving you that. I will show you like how to download and how to install all these IDs, not one or two IDs, but I'll give you the knowledge on all these IDs, how to install and how to execute your code on these IDs. Right. Okay.
How about Google Colab, Vijay?
Yes, Google Colab also can be used. Yes,
Okay,
so
fine.
but mostly used one is among all this, PyCharm is the mostly used among all this, right? PyCharm community will be there, PyCharm professional edition, both editions will be there, right? But professional edition for web development, community for pure Python coding, right?
And what is PyCharm and Python? Difference between both?
PyCharm is it's an IDE where you can write your Python code and execute your code and develop applications, right? This
Okay.
this is what. And you are talking about Python and PyCharm.
Yeah.
Python is a language for coding or for implementing, right? PyCharm is like a kind of environment where we can write and execute your code and develop that. Yes, it's an IDE, integrated
Code
development.
without
So it is one of the IDE of Python. PyCharm is one of the IDE of Python where we can write that code and execute your code, right?
okay.
Where is VS Code?
VS Code.
Only for Visual Studio or
Visual
is
Studio,
it?
VS Code here also for web development. You can use this VS Code also, right?
Okay. And for database, which editor means IDE you are used for database development? We are using Python code, right?
So PyCharm, among all this, PyCharm is mostly, yeah, PyCharm here, database connections, right? PyCharm can be used, Atom can be used, VS Code can be used, right? These three. PyCharm is mostly preferred.
For data science, it is Jupyter Notebook, right?
Yeah, for data science environment, Jupyter Notebook and Spider. So for plottings and visualizations, Jupyter Notebook will be the better choice, right? So I'll show you like how to work with Anaconda distribution, Anaconda prompt navigator. So in Anaconda, you'll be getting multiple IDs, right? Within that Anaconda, you'll be getting Jupyter, you'll be getting PyCharm, you'll be getting Atom, you'll be getting Spider, you'll be getting within it. Most of the IDs you'll be getting within this Anaconda distributions. So later, once we are done with some little bit of technical content, I'll be showing you how to work with these IDs and how to work with Anaconda distribution, right? Okay.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
In this course, where will we practice? What mode of learning will we do?
PyCharm.
Okay.
I'll be showing you I'll be showing you in all IDs. You can just practice all this, but PyCharm is mostly we'll be showing you all this.
Okay. Thank you.
Developing the first Python application.
Vijay, which one?
Yes.
Which one is mostly for ETL operation or data science?
For ETL,
Which one is it?
So ETL, if you see, this Spider is mostly preferred. Spider and also like Jupyter. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Spider is mostly preferred. So even for ETL kind of operations, for big data operations, so the Spider is mostly preferred. Okay. Developing the first Python application within a editor, right? Yes. Example like Notepad. Within the Notepad also we can write and execute the Notepad. But we can only create .py files within the Notepad. We cannot execute our code. It's not a Python editor, right? Notepad. So we can just only create a Okay. Open Notepad. And type the following Python statements. See, as of now, we didn't discuss anything about Python, right? So just I'll take two values, x as 10, y as 20. So just I'll perform some kind of arithmetic operations, right? Addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So x plus 5. So yesterday I was showing you some code snippets of Python, right? How to the sample codings of Python. So I was showing you some graphs, how simple generating graphs in Python, and some other importance of models in Python, right? So Python statements look like normal English statements. They are not as complex as other programming. We don't need to write all the unnecessary statements here, right? So no need of any semicolons, no need of any curly braces, no need of all other things, right? Directly we will go with our code. So just write these statements. I've taken two values and performing arithmetic operations. So write it within a notepad file, notepad, right? Okay. Save it, file save, right? So I'm creating a separate for Python 7 AM, right? I've created a folder, right? I'm saving it as sample1.py extension, right? For Python. So here I'm writing save as sample1.py and submit this file to Python and submit this file to Python, right? So open this command prompt. At the bottom search panel, type cmd and say enter. You will go to the command prompt, and here you can just type Python and don't say enter. If you say enter, you will go to interactive mode, statement by statement interaction. So just submit your file where your file is present within the C drive, within Python 7 AM folder, right? Within that sample1.py, right? Yes, and say enter, right? Your file name, the folder in which it is present, the drive, right? Yes, the full path you are submitting to Python. Say enter now, you will get the output of it. 10 plus 20, 10 minus 20, 10 into 20, 10 by 20, right?
Sir, can you give the background of command prompt? How does it work? So, you have executed the Python program. Is it possible to run some Java program also is in command prompt?
Yes. So I showed you, right? A Java program execution and Python program execution in the last session. So I've taken a Java code and a Python code and comparing the code and executed and showed you, right, both the codes. So here also in this Java code, same in the search panel cmd if your Java is available. So Java C is the command, right, for compiling it, the file name .java. Yes, Java C file name .java. Yes. Here for Python you will say Python, right? Yes. Okay, so but here you got the output, right? Here Python, you are submitting the entire file path, the file name, the folder name, that drive which is present. But here, what is your observation? Here we are writing the code at one place, writing the code at one place means you are writing the code within the notepad. And executing at the other place. means within the command prompt you are executing, right? But to write and execute at the same place, we have IDLE, which comes along with Python installation, which no need of any special installation. We have IDLE, integrated development learning environment, which comes along with Python installation, using which the same place, right? Yes. So here the drawback, what we are seeing, we are writing within the notepad and executing at the command prompt, but I want to write and execute at the same place. We have IDLE, right, which comes along with Python installation, using which we can write and execute at the same place. For example, how to open this IDLE, which comes along with Python installation, right? So go to the start programs at the bottom. At the bottom, you can see start programs, right? Yes. Okay. And check where your Python is available here, right? Where your Python available. 3.11. Can you see this Python 3.11? Click that 3.11. What is the first thing you see here? IDLE only, right? The first thing what we see, IDLE, click it. Python shell gets opened in this way. Python shell gets opened in this way, like Python 3.11. Can you see this 3 arrow symbol where you can work with interactive mode? 3x5. So in this way you can interact, right? But I doesn't want interactive mode. I want to work with batch mode. File, new file. File, new file, you say. Here itself we can write the code here. Here run option is there, run. You can run the code, right? Just sample code x as 10, y as 5, print x plus 5, x minus 5. X into y. So that's it. So here, but in Python, until you save the code, you cannot execute it, right? Compulsory. We need to save the code before you execute. Okay, Python 7 AM .py, right? Yes. Sample one already existing. Just now we have created, right? Sample one, sample 2.py, you say. Now here itself we can write, here itself we are writing the code, here itself we are executing the code. Run option available, right? Run module, run module, right? Yes. 10 plus 5, 10 minus 5, 10 into 5. Ten plus 5, 10 minus 5, 10 into 5. Yes. Writing here itself and executing. Run module, we need to say, right? So this what? IDLE, which comes along with Python installation, using which you can run and execute the code, right? Yes. So we have seen like Python software foundation, Python versions, Python installation, and Python execution modes, right? But working with IDEs, I'll be showing you once you are done with some little bit of technical content, how to download and how to install, step by step, right? The various IDEs. Okay. So okay, and tomorrow, right? Tomorrow also we'll try to have a session. Actually, Monday to Friday only, but tomorrow, like as these are demo sessions going on, right? Tomorrow also you can attend the session, everyone. Same time at 7 o'clock to see more on this Python. Tomorrow I'll be entering into the technical parts like data types and variables. What happens internally when we define some variables within Python? So how we can print their value, their address, their type, right? Okay. Any queries as part of today's session, like versions, installations, execution modes? So I said I'll be discussing many modules related to different domains, right? Some modules related to databases. I'll be showing you the installation of one database and how Python connecting to the database and performing all these database related operations, transaction management, all this. And some modules related to data science like NumPy module, numerical Python, Pandas module, plottings and visualizations, generating different types of graphs, and some models related to operating system, some models related to date time, some models related to graphics, some models related to regular expressions, and some models related to different file formats. So in this way, different models I'll be discussing. Apart from that, how to create our own modules, right? Yes. Okay. Yeah.
How to install Python?
Yeah, I'll be showing you how to download PyCharm and how to install. Downloading and installing PyCharm is very simple, right? So here, just go to this Chrome browser, right? And say PyCharm download, you say. PyCharm download, you say, right? Yes. Say enter. And you'll get the first link, download PyCharm. Whatever the first link we get, it is from jetbrains.com, right? So jetbrains.com, right? So community, go for community, right? Everyone, community download, you can say. Download this community for pure Python development, right? Community. And this professional is for web development, right? It is licensed. It's a licensed one, right? But it is free and built in open source. Go for community, download, and normal installation only, right? 1 second. Download this community and normal installation. Say next normal installation only, right? I'll show you how to execute the code and how to run the code within this PyCharm, right? Yes. And I'll show you right how to run the code, right, within this Anaconda distribution. How to work with Anaconda distribution, right? Anaconda prompt navigator, working with different IDs within it. Yes. So you can follow the same link, same timing tomorrow at 7 o'clock to see more on this Python, right? Yes. Yeah, any more queries?
No, Vijay, from my end.
Okay, fine. So we'll meet tomorrow same time, right? Oh, thank you all for your time. Thank you if I'm done with your queries. I'll just sign off for today. Meet you tomorrow same time, right?
Sir, that recording, where we get that link? Is it in the YouTube, sir?
Can you see in that in the chart panel, demo videos links are given? Everyone able to see that links, right?
Sir, those are 16th and 17th, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Last, yes. Yesterday's link, right? Yesterday's video link is given. Even today's video link also will be forwarded to your mail IDs, right? Whatever mail ID you have provided while joining the meeting, the same mail IDs you will be getting today's video link. By afternoon you will be getting it. Okay, and also you can see that they also, the online team also posted that payment and the process, right, procedure. So you can just go through, and their contact details also provided for any, right, queries, right? Okay, fine. So it's just once again, right, it's a offer batch. It's just the Python fees is just 5K, 5,000, and total full stack if you want, it's just the fees is 9K, 9,000, right? Which includes Python, plus UI technologies and Django framework with REST APIs, right? Okay, so I'm stopping for now. We'll meet tomorrow, same time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.